Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time to take a look at the trending news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. As we go to air this week, USA Wrestling is hosting the A6 U.S. World Team Trials at Gallagher-Iba Arena in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Now, this competition determines the athletes that will be representing the USA September 16th through the 22nd at the 2013 World Championships in Budapest, Hungary. See it live Friday, June 21st and Saturday the 22nd on Flow Wrestling. All formats will be streamed on both days, allowing you to see every match of this amazing event. Subscription information can be found on that website. A 2-hour U.S. World Team Trials broadcast will be shown on the Universal Sports Channel. This event premieres Saturday, July 18th at 8 o'clock Eastern. Check your local listings for times. Now, as many of you may know, Oklahoma is one of the hotbeds of the sport. Wrestling is very popular there and has been for years. Many of the greatest wrestlers in American history have grown up there, gone to college, and or trained on the international level there. USA Wrestling's Richard Immel visited some of the final training sessions for the World Team Trials at various college programs in the state. The University of Oklahoma was his first stop. The Sooners have one of the most successful programs in collegiate history. At 121 pounds, 2012 Olympic team member Sam Hayeswinkle was working hard toward his goals. A four-time All-American, Hayeswinkle now trains full-time at his alma mater and seeks to retain his #1 position on the team.
I'm looking forward to showing our home fans what I can do, and training's been great. Getting to cut weight here, everything points in the right direction. Absolutely. Being able to sleep in my bed, up till the night before is wonderful.
2012 Olympic Trials runner-up Andrew Howe is also training in Norman. A 3-time All-American for Wisconsin, Howe trained in freestyle during the Olympic year, placing second at the Olympic Trials, and has transferred to Oklahoma for his senior year of collegiate competition. During the trials, he'll be competing in the loaded 163-pound class.
Could be a long day, just thinking about getting to the finals and going 2 out of 3 with Burroughs. So getting maybe some of those 7-point techs early on would help save me a little bit for that long day.
Richard then visited the OCU Stars at Oklahoma City University. OCU has one of the best women's college programs in the country. The Stars have won 4 of the last 6 WCWA women's national titles. A number of OCU stars have qualified to compete in the freestyle portion at the trials. Nationally, Brittany Roberts is on a hot streak at 158 pounds. She won her first U.S. Open title this year and is qualified for the U.S. University World Team. Now she's working hard for a spot on her very first senior world squad.
I've also been here in the room at OCU, practicing every day, every morning, and getting a run in at night. So I've really gotten in a lot better shape, and seeing the foreigners and seeing my team here and seeing other Americans really helped me to see how I need to wrestle different people different ways. So,
veteran OCU lightweight Christy Garr is competing at 105 pounds in Stillwater.
We started out practicing about a month ago, and we've been training with here, and a lot of the girls that made the team or qualified for the World Team Trials. So there's a lot of people to practice with. Practices started out a little rough, so I had some time off, but now they're a little bit better.
Link Davis is one of OCU's women's coaches, and he's looking forward to seeing his athletes in action.
I think we've done pretty good. Our girls have been working hard, getting ready for this first World Team Trials. Some of them are wrestling at weights that they normally don't because we only have 4 Olympic weights. But I think we're ready.
Well, the host campus of Oklahoma State was Richard's last stop. A number of men's freestyle stars are training there, including Olympic bronze medalist Coleman Scott. Coleman had a great performance in London at the Olympics, if you recall, and will now try to make his first world team at 132 pounds.
I don't like looking too far ahead. I'm not even looking past, of course, Friday. I got to make the team before I can do anything. So it's of course I want it back in there, no matter what. And I think we will. It's a hard push we got to make.
Young Jordan Oliver is making a huge impact on the senior level. He won his second NCAA title for the Cowboys in March, and he placed second at the U.S. Open at 145 pounds and won 2 bouts in the United for Wrestling duel in L.A.
It was definitely a great experience getting to wrestle 2 of the top guys in the world, Garcia from Canada and Grappling from Russia, who actually just won Russian Nationals this past week.
Oklahoma State's head coach John Smith knows what it takes to win. Smith won 2 Olympic medals during his storied career and has had numerous occasions to serve as the team coach for the United States at the Olympic level.
Yeah, there's one key word: maintenance. You're not going to be training for me if you're training for a World and Olympic and you still have maintenance. So that's the big thing. You know, I want guys coming in on time. They need to be coming in on time. They need to be pushing me.
Well, again, fans, you can join us at Gallagher-Iba on the campus in Stillwater, or you can watch on Flow or the Universal Sports Television Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
The 2013 World Team Trials for both juniors and seniors will be held June 20th through the 23rd in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your chance to see national champs, world medalists, Olympians, all competing to see who will represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and the FILA Junior World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. Visit www.theworldteamtrials.com for all your ticketing and travel information. ASICS is the proud sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams.
Well, this past weekend in London, Canada, the United States had a strong performance at the FILA World Championships for non-Olympic styles. A team of no-gi and gi grapplers went across the border to compete on behalf of Team USA and came back with medals and some team hardware. Well, the final day of competition featured no-gi grappling, a style in which the U.S. has been a world power. Former Oregon State All-American Colby Covington won a gold medal at 77 kilos. Covington won 3 bouts, including a 2-0 victory over his Polish finals opponent. It was Covington's first time on the U.S. Grappling World Squad. Now, a silver medal was won by past grappling world champion Brandon Ruiz. This was his 4th career no-gi world medal in the over 100 kilogram division. The talented Ruiz opened with victories over Sweden and Japan, and at the end of it all was a battle of world champs. Ruiz looked strong, but Spain's Juan Francisco Espino won by the score of 2-0. Remember, Ruiz won his world title in 2011, also boasts 3 career no-gi grappling world silver medals. Earning a 53 kilo silver medal in women's no-gi was Bahar Shahidi. Bahar lost her first bout but closed out her performance with 2 victories, including a 5-1 win over Canada to secure the silver medal. It was her 2nd world silver. Team USA also had 3 bronze medals, all won by first-time world medalists. Former OTC Greco-Roman resident athlete Matt Holt won 3 of his 4. His only loss was by criteria to Sweden. In the bronze medal bout, Holt beat a Russian by a 2-1 score. Now, John Albert at 66 kilos was another first-time team member. He went 3 for 4 to grab bronze. His showdown was a tight battle indeed. Albert scored 1-0 to win over his French opponent. 71 kilo star Jason Patino won the other bronze for Team USA. After an opening loss, Patino won his final 2 bouts, including a 4-0 victory over a Canadian for the bronze. The other 3 U.S. entries were a solid solid 5th place in their weights. The aging Shane Cross at 84 kilos checked in and won. Eric Brennan at 92 kilos checked in and won. And Henry Todd at 100 kilos joined them as well. Now, for the 3rd straight year, the United States placed 3rd in the no-gi team standings. Sweden was 1st and Canada 2nd. It was an exceptional performance for the U.S. considering the Americans had only one woman on the team and therefore scored no points in 4 of the women's weight classes. Over the last 7 years, Team USA has taken home a team trophy in no-gi competition, including 4 world team titles. The previous day was the gi grappling competition, and a small team of Americans did quite well. Winning a gi gold medal was Aaron Yochis at 100 kilos. In his championship bout, and by an 8-0 score, he defeated judoka black belt Thomas Bala of Romania. 2 other Americans won bronze. Jason Patino won in both styles of grappling, taking 3rd in the gi at 71 kilos. And after 2 very close losses, Patino closed it out with 2 wins, including a victory over Rudy Dumoulin of Belgium, 1-0, the final score there. First-time world team member, 84-kilo star Robert Yamashita added a bronze at 84 kilos. Yamashita dropped a close opening bout to his Canadian opponent, 1-2, then rallied with a win over Greece, 5-0, and a clutch win, 1-0 over Jerome Huguet of France in overtime for the bronze. Now, Italy, Sweden, and Romania were the top 3 teams in gi action. Now, recall in May, if you will, FILA announced that it would no longer include grappling as a style of international wrestling. At the final Grappling World event sponsored by FILA, the U.S. athletes had a performance to be proud of for sure. The first 2 days of competition featured 2 other non-Olympic styles. A pankration, an ancient combat discipline, was held on the first day with a team from USA Pankration entering the tournament, placing 2nd in competition behind Romania. When it was over, the pankration athletes from the U.S. posed together for this group shot. Pankration and beach wrestling are the 2 non-Olympic styles which FILA will sponsor next year. Well, the second day belonged to amateur mixed martial arts, a discipline which FILA will discontinue next year. The small U.S. contingent was led by the amazing Matt Betzold, who competes in spite of missing much of his left leg. With the unique style he has developed, Betzold had a great tournament indeed, winning 3 fights and losing a tie match by criteria. 2 of his wins were by TKO. When the points were added up, Betzold had won the gold medal at 136.5 pounds. The other American competing in the amateur MMA event was Nick Marr, who won a number of his bouts as well. When the amateur MMA tournament was over, the competitors from all nations came together in unity to pose with a Save Olympic Wrestling banner. Thanks, guys. Our news continues when we return. We'll be right back.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, the second major age group national dual meet competition was held in Daytona Beach, Florida this last weekend with the Cadet National Duels. The nation's top 15 and 16-year-olds in men's freestyle and Greco represented their state association teams in dual meet competition. And when it was over, the always powerful team Illinois would end up taking home the championship trophy in not one but both styles. Greco-Roman was held first and featured the defending champs from Illinois taking on the Pennsylvania Red Squad. Illinois jumped out to an early 12-0 lead behind lightweight Louis Hayes. He earned a decision at 88 pounds. Nolan Baker with a pin at 94 pounds and Jimmy Pawleski, who earned a tech fall at 100 pounds. Illinois never looked back from there. Cadet World Team member Spencer Lee of Pennsylvania pinned Austin O'Connor at 106 pounds to bring Pennsylvania within 7, but that was as close as they would get as Illinois fired off 9 straight wins to seal the deal. Picking up pins for Illinois, Nolan Baker at 94, Larry Early at 145, Drew Worker at 170, and Romeo McKnight at 220 pounds. Scoring tech fall for the Illinois squad, Gabe Townsell at 120 pounds, Jonathan Doyle at 126, Isaiah White at 138, Joey Gunther at 152, and Kamal Bey at 160, along with Alan Stallings at 195. Now, Illinois also met Pennsylvania in Pool B action, winning the first match 45-31. Utah placed third after beating Georgia 41-34. An exciting fifth-place match saw New Jersey win on criteria over Maryland after the two teams finished in a 37-37 draw. Washington defeated Pennsylvania's Blue Squad, by the way, 46-36 to claim seventh. Well, the Greco-Roman all-tournament team featured 31 wrestlers from 14 different states. All of the athletes went undefeated with at least 5 matches. Illinois and Michigan tied with 6 all-tournament team members each. In freestyle, Illinois and Pennsylvania Red emerged from the pool competition once again to reach the finals. Pennsylvania took an early lead behind a tech fall from Andrew Dunn at 285 and a close 3-2 decision from Gavin Teasdale at 88 pounds. Nolan Baker at 94 and Jimmy Pawleski at 100 pounds won next for Illinois, giving them a 1-point lead. It was a seesaw battle back and forth from there. Spencer Lee picked up the 10-0 tech fall for Pennsylvania at 106. The Keystone State went on to win 5 in a row after that. Cameron Coy at 120, Evan Fidelibus at 126, and Caleb Young at 131 all earned tech falls for Illinois. Isaiah White delivered the spark that would carry Illinois back to the top of the podium. White recorded a 45-second first-period fall over Pennsylvania's Jonathan Ross at 138. Now, Illinois would go on to win 5 of the next 6 bouts to close out the duel with a 43-31 victory. Scoring pins, Riley DeMoss at 170, Alan Stallings at 195. Tech falls came from Kamal Bey at 160 and Tyler Johnson at 220 pounds. Oklahoma took out Indiana 41-37 for the third-place finish. Ohio Red defeated Maryland 48-32 for fifth place, and California placed seventh with a 46-32 win over Georgia Red. Well, the 2013 Cadet National Freestyle Duels All-Tournament team featured 39 wrestlers from 19 different states. Illinois had the most all-tournament freestyle team members with 5, followed by Michigan Blue and Indiana with 4 each. A total of 12 athletes made all-tournament teams in both styles. Kate Olivas of California at 88 pounds, Patricia Lugo III of Florida at 138 pounds, finishing with 16-0 records. Can you believe it? The 2 events were incredible. The best records of the tournaments. Well, the final National Dual Meet Championships will be held just a few days after the World Team Trials in nearby Oklahoma City, with the annual Junior National Duels taking place at Oklahoma City University. That's where the nation's top high school wrestlers in grades 9 through 12 will go head-to-head in both freestyle and Greco. Last year, it was Team Illinois who emerged as champs in both styles. They beat Michigan Blue 32-26 in the finals of the Greco-Roman tournament last year. The Illinois Freestylers also won the team trophy with a 36-22 victory over a tough Iowa Blue squad. The event is a great preview of the A6 Vaughn Junior Nationals, which will take place in Fargo, North Dakota later this summer. Well, fans, you can catch all the action on our live webcast from the Mat.tv with commentary from USA Wrestling's Richard Immel. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose. count as your victory.
Here's your chance to help USA Wrestling get better. Well, now you've got a chance. Throw your hat in the ring for the upcoming USA Wrestling Standing Committee elections. Positions are now available on 3 important committees: the Finance, the Audit, and the Ethics Committees. The commitment is 2 years, and most of the committee work is done by mail and conference call. Interested? Check out themat.com for the application form. You can nominate yourself or somebody else to be a leader in our sport. The deadline for applications, July 1st, so check it out today. In a previous episode, we announced that the Committee for the Preservation of Wrestling, or CAPOW if you will, has released a series of public service announcements from well-known celebrities who support the effort to keep the sport in the Olympic Games. And one of the biggest advocates for the Olympic wrestling effort, actor Billy Baldwin, a wrestler in high school and college and a member of CPOW. Billy makes his case for Olympic wrestling in this really well-done PSA.
Olympic wrestling has strong supporters in every industry, including the entertainment world.
Hey, I'm Billy Baldwin. All of us have shared the excitement and pride of our country at the Olympics. No sport has a greater Olympic history than wrestling. Will you please join your fellow Americans and friends around the world in helping to keep the dream alive? Let's keep Olympic wrestling. You can help.
Please go to keepolympicwrestling.com. That's keepolympicwrestling.com.
These PSAs will be aired in numerous ways, including on major television networks, through online media platforms, and at major wrestling events. We'll, of course, continue to share these PSAs as they're released. Well, funding and support has helped the Keep Olympic Wrestling movement build momentum going into the crucial IOC General Assembly vote in September. One of the reasons for the tremendous progress is the overwhelming financial commitment from the grassroots of USA Wrestling. The Illinois Kids Wrestling Federation recently offered their support with a $2,000 donation to the committee. Representatives from IKWF, including Illinois State Chairman for USA Wrestling Jim Considine, presented an oversized check to USA Wrestling's Tony Black on June 9th at Glenbard North High in Carroll Stream, Illinois. The IKWF is the largest USA Wrestling state association with over 15,000 athletes, 3,300 coaches, and 370 officials. Illinois has established a strong tradition of success in USA Wrestling national events at all levels, and the wrestling community in Illinois is making a difference when it comes to keeping our sport in the Olympic Games, and we thank each and every one of them. Well, USA Wrestling and the Committee for the Preservation of Olympic Wrestling have launched a new website working with Sport and Again, a leading provider of web software and mobile applications for youth, amateur, and professional sports. It's based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The newly designed website, Keep Olympic Wrestling, was launched this past weekend to provide support to the 2020 Vision campaign aimed at keeping the sport in the Olympics. The website is truly ground zero for those who want to help keep wrestling in the Games. The site allows wrestling supporters to make a donation, buy official merchandise, catch up on the latest news about the cause, and sign up to help in their community. One of the features is the Tell Your Story blog, where you can write about how much wrestling means to you and how it has impacted your life. There are already a number of compelling testimonials on the site, and you can check them out and see how wrestling has helped change others. Check it out and get involved at keepolympicwrestling.com. Well, the June 2013 edition of USA Wrestler has been posted and is now available for viewing online. Well, the cover features 2013 U.S. Open champ J.D. Bergman, and inside you'll find in-depth coverage of the Keep Olympic Wrestling movement, a full report from the U.S. Open in Las Vegas, articles on U.S. Open champions Reese Humphrey and David Arndt Jr., FIDA Junior Nationals champ Ben Whitford and Olympic wrestling leader John Bardis are profiled as well, and the pioneers of U.S. women's wrestling are featured. To access the magazine, simply go to themat.com and enter your email address in the link for a free digital copy of the 2013 issue. It's time for our Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are sent in by families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our contests in our USA Wrestler magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week, our photo is taken by Eric Crease. He sent this in. It's his son, Paxton Crease, from Apple Valley, Minnesota, hitting a throw at the Goodwill Greco and freestyle duels between Minnesota and Wisconsin. Eric competes in the novice division at 60 pounds. Good job. Have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's contest simply by emailing them to the always hardworking Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this week's show. From all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.